In my walks, every man I meet is my superior in some way, and in that I learn from him. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
You're listening to Writing Roots, brought to you by Aspen House Publishing.
Welcome to Writing Roots. I'm Lee Hull.
And I'm Lee Esses.
When it comes to writing, it is all about communication. We think about it often as a solitary act because you often spend time alone while you're actually writing. But in reality, you are writing so it can be read by somebody. Community can help you make sure that the jokes are landing. They can help you catch holes in the plot or in logic or whatever. They can help you with sensitivity and diversity and understanding things outside yourself because you, as one person living in the real world, cannot experience everything.
And that community is what today's episode is about. Not only the value of that community, but how to find it, how to put yourself into one, or how to create one if you can't find one on your own.
We have three main categories. You have in-person community, you have online community, and then you can have little community with someone like an accountability partner. Let's look at the types of in-person groups that you can have that will help you build a community to support you in your writing journey.
The first, and in my opinion, one of the most valuable, is that critique group. The group of other writers where you all share a chapter at a time, or this month we're reading this person's book and we're all giving feedback on them, and the next month it's this person's. Having a critique group helps you practice analyzing things as a reader so that when you're going back and editing your own stuff, you can go, wait, this is phrased similarly to this other thing that I critiqued. I can learn from other people's mistakes and grow because of it. So not only are you helping other people grow in their writing, they're helping you grow by just the act of critiquing other people and being critiqued.
The slightly less involved version of this is the writing club, a group where you can just get together, set time to sprint, where you can write with the support and with body doubling sort of idea of people around you doing the same thing. You can share stuff back and forth, but there is less emphasis on critiquing and more emphasis on simply writing and celebrating each other's writing.
There's a local writing club that I participate with that has a teacher that gives a class every month. It's a voluntary classroom type environment as compared to a one-on-one, let's talk about how Lee's book is progressing, what things I'm understanding from the sample she brought today.
You can also use book clubs to help with your writing journey, especially if you are in a book club that reads books in the same genre, in the same field and area as the books that you write, because it can be amazingly helpful in helping you learn how other people interact with the same words differently.
There is a personal aspect of sharing your work with other people that it's very easy to get defensive over. Having a group of people to analyze something without fear of the social impact because it's a friend can be great for analyzing a story for the story's sake and for understanding how your writing might be seen by complete strangers. The next in-person group that I see a lot of these other groups spring from are classes and academics. This is one of those things that, especially if you're in the younger generation, you're automatically placed with people who are interested in the same thing, who are learning the same things you are, who are around the same level.
A couple of places that you can go. You can visit your local library. You can reach out to the local municipal liaison for something like NaNoWriMo.
You can also just search whatever your city's name is, writers. And they're probably going to at least have a Facebook group.
I would also say look at where you work. There's a possibility that somebody has a book club or is willing to start a book club. One of the places that I work for right now is starting a book club this month. And I was pleasantly surprised to see it's a fiction book club, which I was like, yes, I want to join. So there are book clubs that form everywhere. The next source that you can go to that is, I think, a lot easier to find, but maybe a little more difficult to break into, would be your online writing groups. There are so many out there, and you can find ones that really fit your niche.
One of the places where it's easiest to maintain an online writing group is someplace like Discord. The whole purpose of the app is to connect people and get people talking to each other in rooms and groups and forums in a customizable way. So this is very popular for writing groups all across the board, especially because of Sprinto and other tools that Discord has. Your local NaNoWriMo chapter probably has a Discord and has people who are writing. Great place to at least start if you're looking to stay in tuned online.
And you don't have to use those Discord servers only during November. I know that a lot of the activities tends to peter out in the other months, but Sprinto bots are still running. You can still track your writing. You can still get questions answered because people are still in those servers. You can also find a writing community on Discord with Writing Roots. We have our own Discord server that we do sprints almost daily. We have active discussions about writing. We have lots of people with different experiences, different backgrounds that can offer advice and help and support for your writing. For me, Discord servers helped a lot in giving me the motivation and the drive to finish and write Toxic and KD Ratio as well. You can, if you want to, search Discord for writing servers. Of course, we're a little biased towards the Writing Roots one. We would love to have you join us if you haven't already.
Another place you can go online to find a writing community would be online writing classes. Anywhere that you are learning more about writing, there's often a community attached to wherever you are using as a resource. So Readsy, I know, has a lot of communities that are flourishing sort of underneath a lot of the other options that they offer. They connect people in the writing world. That's kind of their gig. Masterclass, same thing. You'll meet other people who are where you are as an author, and you can grow together.
You can also find writing groups, writing communities, pretty much anywhere online where you will find people. You can find them on forums or social media.
The last part about community that we really wanted to touch on is something a little more intimate than a group of 5 or 6 people who also write. That is your accountability partner. If you think of developing your writing skills like going to the gym, having a gym partner is incredibly helpful in making sure that you're on track and giving you an excuse to do something instead of an excuse not to do something.
In our case, it happens to be each other. It's not always going to be your editor. Actually, in most cases, it's going to be someone who is not your editor, but a fellow writer that can help you, and you can support each other, remind each other, hey, have you written today? Hey, do you want to sprint right now? Do you have a little time? Can you help me discuss this thing? You can find those partners in those other places that we talked about, in your writing clubs, in your online servers, in whatever. Find someone that really you connect with, that understands you, that understands your writing and your goals.
One of the great things about having you as an accountability partner is your sense of humor can be very similar to mine. So when I find a quote I like about writing, or I find a meme that I feel is calling you out for pantsing when you should be plotting or whatever, I can just shoot you off a text and go, here, this made me think of you. This made me think of our writing journey together. It'll make you smile, and it'll help keep warm feelings associated with writing instead of just the work. We could probably do a whole series on having that accountability partner, because I feel like we are a good, healthy example of what that looks like. Having someone who is always going to be your cheerleader, you can rely on them to both understand the difficulties you're going through as an author, but also encourage you. The accountability partner is incredibly valuable in your writing journey. Finding them, finding someone you click with, it's harder than finding someone to date, I promise.
We recommend any of the groups that we've mentioned. We found ours through work and that writing club that started at work, and then build a relationship with them. Figure out what each of your strengths are. And even though we are very different writers, we have different genres, we have different interests, we have different writing styles, we have learned to trust each other inherently. And those differences help us get better at things that we're not good at.
And experience each other's writing as much as possible. Edit each other's writing contest entries. Read everything you can of the other person's, and have them read as much as they can of yours, whatever you're ready to share with the world. Because this is how you learn each other and how you learn to communicate with each other. It's not easy, but it is worth it.
It took us, 3 years of working together in a writing club before we actually one-on-one decided, hey, this is my person.
Yes. And I think it was at that writing retreat that really clicked for me. It was like, hey, I can depend on this person and she knows what she's doing and she's cool.
Hey.
If you find someone who is trying to change your writing style instead of water the seed that is your writing style, that person is not going to be a good person for you. You want somebody to support you, and you want someone who will help you
write selfishly.
If you have a question or comment for our hosts or a topic you'd like us to cover, send us an email at writingroots@aspenhousepublishing.com or find us on Facebook by searching for Aspen House Publishing.